If you're even remotely plugged into the naked bike world, you already know 2026 is shaping up like the Super Bowl for retro modern machines. Two Japanese giants, Honda and Kawasaki, rolled up to the line like, alright, bet, and dropped two bikes that basically said, let's see who really owns the retro game. On one corner, you've got the all-new Honda CB1000F, coming in hot with that Neo Sports Café attitude, part classic, part sci-fi, all attitude. Honda didn't come to play cute, they came to shake up the old-school crowd and flex modern muscle in retro clothing. And then, the OG vibes, the legend, the living tribute. The Kawasaki Z900RS, still flexing that Z1 heritage like a dude who knows he's the best-looking guy in the bar and doesn't even have to prove it. On paper, both give off nostalgia. But, in real life, the vibes couldn't be more different. One is a remix, one is a revival, one is retro future, one is retro pure. So the real question isn't just which bike looks better, it's what kind of retro rider are you? Because these two machines bring completely different energy. Let's break this down the US way. Real talk, no fluff. Design war, retro pure versus retro future. Before we even touch horsepower, torque curves, suspension settings, electronics, all that nerdy goodness, let's get into the aesthetics. Because with retro bikes, the look is half the game. Kawasaki Z900RS, the authentic throwback. If the retro world had a prom king, it'd be the Z900RS. Kawasaki didn't try to reinvent the wheel. They basically said, remember the Z1? Yeah, we're gonna make that again, but cleaner. The tank shape? Pure Z1. The chrome accents? Glossy enough to check your face in. The stance? 1970s swagger with 2026 fitness. There's a reason riders shout, "Take my money," when they see one. It just hits that nerve, the same way vinyl records feel cooler than Bluetooth speakers. This is a bike for someone who says, I want my bike to look like a classic, not a spaceship. Give me metal, not plastic. If it doesn't look retro, I'm not calling it retro. Honda CB1000F, the Neo Sports Café Rebel. The Honda? Completely different vibe. Honda basically rolled into the retro community like, listen, what if retro drank an energy drink and got a haircut? Sharp edges, LED everything. Modern stance with just enough old school bones to say, hey, I swear I'm related. It's not trying to copy any classic Honda model. It's making its own lane. The headlight is round, but angry. The tank has curves, but modern curves. The silhouette is retro-ish, but the whole bike screams future. This is for the rider who says, I want retro, but make it spicy. I like the past, but I live in the present. Classic vibes are cool, but I want performance that slaps. Authenticity versus innovation. This is the heart of the design argument. Kawasaki is about heritage. You're buying a vibe, a memory, a legacy. Honda is about interpretation. Doom. You're buying a remix, a modern retro cocktail. So the question isn't which looks better. It's, do you want your retro straight up or mixed with neon lights? Engine battle. Torque versus top end. Chill versus thrill. All right, time for the part riders really care about. How these beasts actually pull. Honda CB1000F. 122 horsepower of high-rev Honda madness. Honda brought a 999cc inline 4, pushing 122 horsepower at 9,000 RPM. And this ain't lazy power. It's the same kind of smooth but deadly DNA Honda puts in their sport bikes. You twist the throttle and the bike's like, say less, hang on. It's the type of engine that makes you grin like an idiot when it hits the upper revs. You can cruise, sure, but the CB1000F whispers to you constantly, come on man, downshift twice. Let's have some fun. Sorry, this is the retro for people who secretly want a superbike, but don't want to crouch like a shrimp at every stoplight. H3. Kawasaki Z900RS, the king of real-world torque. On the other hand, the Z900RS upgrades its 948cc inline-4 to 116 HP at 9,300 RPM. But the magic isn't up top, it's the torque. Kawasaki built this engine for everyday riding, not racetrack cosplay. This thing pulls hard down low and through mid-range. Not twitchy, not scary, just thick, delicious torque that makes stoplight takeoffs feel effortless. While Honda wants to scream through the RPM range, Kawasaki is like, relax bro, we'll get there. Enjoy the ride. It's smoother, friendlier, more old school in soul, even though the engine is completely modern. Which philosophy wins? Let's keep it 100. Honda equals retro bike with sport bike energy. So, Kawasaki equals retro bike with retro riding feel. Honda sacrifices some classic charm for performance. Kawasaki sacrifices some peak power for soul. Neither choice is wrong. It's just about the kind of rider you are. H1. Character versus intensity, the real feel on the road. Specs are cool, but the real story is how these machines act when you ride them. H3. Strong. Honda CB1000F, the sleeper. Super naked. To a family member, this bike is the guy at the gym who looks normal until he takes his hoodie off, and you're like, holy crap. It's deceptively calm at cruise, but every twist of the wrist reminds you the bike has sport bike ancestry. It wants to stretch its legs. If you come from Fireblades, exactly the same as popular bikes, or MT10s, Super Dukes, the CB1000F will feel familiar. For riders who love to rip through canyons, bang gears, and occasionally show a sport bike guy what a retro bike can really do, this Honda is your ride. Kawasaki Z900RS, the everyday smooth criminal. Meanwhile, the Z900RS is the kind of bike you hop on every day without thinking twice. Smooth throttle, predictable engine behavior, comfortable geometry. It's the bike you want for point. City commuting. Point. Relaxed weekend. Rides. Chilling with friends. Cruising highways. Not trying to go to jail. Oh, you can push it, sure, but it doesn't demand aggression. It's more about vibe than violence. And heading to the real question. Do you want a bike that hypes you up? Or a bike that chills you out? End heading. Sure. Technology battle. Retro soul versus digital. Everything. Welcome to the part where purists start fights in forums. Kawasaki Z900RS. The tech that doesn't ruin the retro. Kawasaki plays it safe here. You get all riding modes, recon modes, ABS, a nice TFT, some rider aids, but nothing that screams, look at me, I'm a 2026 Super Bowl commercial. The suspension on the base model gets called out a lot. Riders say it's soft or too basic if you push hard. Kawasaki knows this, which is why they offer the SE version with upgraded components. But the analog-style gauges, that's the golden ticket. Retro fans say they're the real winner because they keep the old-school feel instead of going full iPad glued to your handlebar. Honda CB1000F. All the buttons, all the brains. Honda gives you more refined rider aids, smoother mappings, better traction algorithms, a fully loaded TFT, advanced package right out of the box. It's premium, no doubt. It's smart, it's modern, it's crisp. But here's the catch. Some riders say Honda's display looks too modern for a bike that claims retro DNA. Like wearing Jordans with a tux. Both cool, but not always together. So what's the real issue? It's simple. Kawasaki equals function with authenticity. Honda equals function with flash. Pick the flavor you vibe with. Handling, comfort, and real-life ride feel. Both bikes handle great, but in totally different ways. Z900RS, chill, balanced, predictable. This bike isn't trying to be a sport bike. It's trying to be a great motorcycle, and it nails it. Neutral steering, stable in corners, easy to ride slow or fast. Comfort is top tier. You can commute, tour lightly, hit twisties, or pack on miles without needing a chiropractor afterward. CB1000F, more edge, more bite. The CB1000F sits you more forward, gives you sharper handling, quicker transitions, and a sportier stance. It's not uncomfortable, but it's definitely more aggressive. This bike says, let's go carve something. It can daily commute, but its true nature comes alive when you're pushing it. Build quality and finish, metal versus modern. H1, H3, strong Z900RS, the premium retro looker. Instead, Kawasaki spent real time making this look and feel premium. Deep paint, P8, chrome treated right, metal parts where they matter, line, classic shapes refined to perfection. It's a bike that looks expensive even when dirty. Strong, CB1000F, clean, sleek, futuristic. Honda's build quality is always solid, but the look is more modern minimalist. Instead, sharp edges, clean surfaces, LED elements, tech-forward visuals. PA, less nostalgic beauty, more mechanical artistry. H1, strong, whoever it's really for. H3, Z900RS rider personality. Instead, you probably love classic bikes. Listen to rock, not EDM. PA, own leather jackets. PA, want charm. Specs. And then, finally detail, ride for the feel, not the flex. Modern and different style parts. You probably want a retro that can actually slap in a race. A table with retro features, not the flex. Might feel too modern. Page 3, next item, retro purists call it retro in name only. Aggressive nature may intimidate newbies. Digital style can clash with vintage vibes. And down the list, RSP, sub 3. Then, not as thrilling for sport bike converts. Hyphen, final verdict. What matters more, soul or silicon? Here's the honest American breakdown. If you want authentic retro, the Z900RS is the easy winner. If you want retro looks plus modern sport bike bite, the CB1000F is the upgrade. Neither is better. They just speak different languages. Z900RS speaks nostalgia. CB1000F speaks evolution. Your heart tells you which one you want before your brain even joins the conversation.